Hello, nothing fancy here. Just canning up some apple pie jam today to give as a Christmas gift to a lot of different people. It's a favorite. So there's the recipe. I do alter it just a touch. You can use apple pie spice, and I do that as if it was the ground cinnamon. I don't add any of the extra spices then. I've left out the ground mace and it's turned out beautifully. And I also like to add some dried cranberries to it. Other than that, I follow the recipe pretty closely. So getting started, I peeled up my apples. So there are my apples. They are in a lemon juice bath. Okay, so make sure as you are cutting them, you are putting them into a lemon juice bath. So these will get diced down according to the recipe, and I'll be back and show you that in the pot. Okay, so here we are. Now, I did do something different than what was on the recipe. It told me to cook the apples in some water first, okay, and then pull it back off and then add the sugar according to the recipe that was on there. Combine the apples and water. I did not do that. My apples are plenty soft enough. They're a Jana Gold. I don't want them to be overcooked. I want them to hold up. So I'm going to skip that part. So this is a triple batch in this saucepan. I have 10 cups of sugar. Oops, sorry, tripled. I have 15 cups of sugar. I have 12 cups of diced apples. So that was my apples that were in my lemon water bath. Diced down, put into here. So I tripled that. I tripled my spices. I did not have my apple pie spice this time to make it easy. So I had to use individually my ground nutmeg and my ground cinnamon according to the recipe. So I just tripled those. Okay, so 3 teaspoons, 3, 4, 5, 4.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. 4.5 of your ground cinnamon. And then I am going to add, I skipped the mace. I don't have mace, so I'm skipping it. But I am going to add some dried sweetened cranberries to it. So I have 2 of these packages. I'm not really going to measure them, but I'm just going to add them in once this cooks down a little bit, just to give it some color then when I can it. So I did add my butter into here. So right there is butter. And that again came out of my pantry. It was canned butter. So it's starting to cook down here. You can see it down there in the bottom. It's starting to soften. This will all become a syrup, okay? And then I'll follow the recipe as far as adding the pectin in. So bring it to a full rolling boil, stirring constantly. Stir in the pectin, return to a full rolling boil, and boil 1 minute, stirring constantly. Then remove, skim off the foam. Stir in the spices. I did it ahead of time. Doesn't matter to me. I've done it many a times. Just put it all in the pot, bring it up to a boil. So there we go, and I'll be water bathing these. Welcome back. Nothing fancy canning going on here, but don't these look pretty? This is our apple pie jam. I call it apple pie chutney. It has some cranberries in it. It is an excellent, excellent breakfast over pancakes along with your oatmeal, on toast, or as a dip with some cream cheese. Pour this jar over 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese served with crackers. Yum. All right, there they are. They are out of my 10-minute water bath canner. They were popping here just a second ago. I thought maybe I would catch one on there, but I'll show you one more time the recipe for this. And the differences that I did was I used a powdered fruit pectin, so you can see that written off to the side, 2 tablespoons of powdered pectin. I did use the same amount of apples, water, sugar, butter, cinnamon, and nutmeg. I did let out the mace this time, but I did add cranberries. So a couple different changes. I did put it all in one pot all together, as you saw at the beginning. Just heated it all up to boiling. Then I added my pectin, returned it to a full rolling boil for a whole minute, stirring the whole time, and be ready. It expands. There was no foam because I put the butter in at the beginning, so I didn't have to foam or skim off any of the foam. My spices were in from the beginning, and then I just ladled it into my half-pint jars, and I did a 4-time mixture, so I did it 4 times that amount. So I have 2.5 cases. So that's 32, I believe, 32 half pints out of that. So there we go. There they are, beautiful. There, one just popped, but so pretty. And the fruit will float. It will go back down then. It'll settle down through, but a beautiful, beautiful jam, jelly, chutney, whatever your area might call it. So enjoy. Thank you.